Ready for the next bar?
No, I'm going to jump the other side.
Alright. Hey y'all, so it's Friday afternoon. I am scrounging around, running like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to get Jess's car figured out to take it to a race tomorrow. At this point, I'm on my way to Bill's house to pick up a set of tires so that we can try and run either modern muscle or street car or something we can put her car in that's not small tire. On the way home from work, I drove it to work today. On the way home from work, it blew the oil sending unit sensor, so it's just pouring oil out of it. Trying to get that figured out. I put it on the 85 last night. My plans are to just put it back on gasoline and get this weekend out of the way before I start messing with anything to take a chance of blowing it up, because I don't really know what I'm doing with the 85. I don't really know what I'm doing with tuning it. So I am figuring a bunch of stuff out though. It's running pretty good, but I'm afraid to turn it up. So I'm gonna put it back on gasoline and get all this stuff fixed, hopefully, and go out and see what it will do and just have a good time. The goal is to have a good time this weekend and not stress out about racing and being competitive and winning. It is pouring down rain right now, so we are really praying that stops and we can get somewhere. KDE, if we go there, it gets pretty messy with the rain. There is Dragway 42, the rewind, going on also, and Slugfest. KD is probably the closest. It's going to be the easiest for us, so sorry for the video quality. I'm trying to drive, pay attention, and talk, and all that good stuff. So, but our plans are KD, and we're hoping this car will do okay there, because it is extremely basic suspension stuff that is not set up for a rough surface or anything. It's basically just something you would go drive it around.
We got ready to go to KD. We loaded the car up.
Yes.
Did we forget anything? We took the open car trailer.
Everything. I didn't load anything up. I didn't load anything up. I kept having to run back because I was remembering stuff I forgot. I remembered the jack, the generator, and the battery charger just in case. Didn't need it, but just in case. Other than that, forgot to put a tag on the trailer. Had to go back and do that. Had to forgot the computer. Buddy brought that. Mike, thank God. I forgot my jacket, my helmet. I mean, everything. I just forgot everything. I was loading a street car up and taking it to run it. That's
So we made it to Katy, and what did it look like? Because it had rained the night before.
It wasn't bad. I mean, it had some water. It was wet in some spots and stuff like that, but overall it was pretty dry. Car count was down. There wasn't a whole lot of car count there. There was a lot of big races going on that week, or yesterday, I should say, or this past weekend. And it took a lot of cars away from each race. Honestly, there was several good races to go to this past weekend, so it made tough choices for people to go to this one rather than this one, whereas I'm sure if they were on different weekends, everybody would have been here, everybody would have been there, kind of type of deal. It was definitely straight. There was no traction. I had put a radial on the car that I had never run, knew nothing about them. So I was nervous that the car wasn't going to leave. I didn't think that I would have any problems after the leave. So
First pass of the night.
yeah, on a radio. I had no expectations of doing good anyway. I just wanted to get the car out, take it, and run. I wasn't even up there for the chip draw all night. I wasn't up there any of them because I was pretty much in the computer just trying to figure things out and learn it. And time just passed, and I didn't even know they chip drew. They had come back and told me who I was running. But so we drew the green Camaro. He had just gotten the car together, and it had a lot of bugs to get worked out. He had quite a few problems on the starting line, and then he said that the nitrous didn't work, and so it took a little while to get going, which I'm sure you guys will see. I didn't expect, once the car left, for it to lose the tire. It unloaded, and when it did that, I had to get off the throttle, get back on it. He was able to he edged me out. I was coming on him pretty strong, had a lot more mile per hour than he did, but he made a clean pass, and that put me out. Round one, we're out. All right, so that brings us to the test pass. Now, I had to enter drag radial because that was the only class that they had enough cars. They didn't have like enough modern cars or anything like that, so they just had drag radial class. I got put out, so I went back and I looked at the data as much as I could, I guess you could say, and where it unloaded was right at a transition. So I found that transition in the data, and I pulled timing out right before it to right after it, and I wanted to see if this was going to work. So I went up to make a test pass, done a burnout, done a better burnout than I did the first time. I went a little bit longer, went into high gear, backed up. The car, I've been having problems with it getting up to boost. I've been wanting to leave on 10 pounds. The most I could get out of it is 5. So first round we left on 5 pounds. Second round we left on 5 pounds. But I pulled the timing out, and it started to shake or chirp the tires a little bit, but it drove through it and it didn't unload. Made a pretty good pass. It was a pretty decent pass. So I was happy with that. And then got back, looked at the data from it, and I was going to pull a little bit more timing out of it. And I got to thinking, if I can make it leave harder, I will have more momentum hitting that transition. So I'm hoping that it doesn't unload, lose the tire. I'll have more speed. So that's what I worked on. Instead of pulling timing out and slowing the car down, essentially taking power out of it, I added power to it. While doing this, I was approached about they were going to run another race, but it's run what you brung. So it's big tire, small tire, hard tire. I mean, they just, everybody. But you can negotiate lengths or getting a leave, or you could negotiate whatever. So we went ahead and entered that. And I wasn't going to, because I had watched the small tires run. I know what it takes to run small tire there, and this car just isn't there. So the negotiation part of it, I was like, hell with it. I'm gonna give it a try. So we went ahead and entered, and drew. It was a stick shift, a new edge stick shift Mustang. Sounded real good. Like it makes good passes. So we drew him, got up there for first round, and, well, actually, we was getting ready to go up. I walked up to see when we was going up. They said, you know, they just called us up. Get your car, get up here. And I needed, like, now let's run what you brung. And I have brought the slicks with me. So I go running back. I get a couple of the other guys that was there helping me. We run back there and change the wheels in, like, I don't know, 4 minutes, if that. It was all done, wheels torqued down, driving up there on a slick. I had found that I couldn't get it to build more than 5. It clicked 6 pounds of boost. So I just raised the RPM. So instead of leaving at 4,000 RPMs, I'm leaving at 4,500. I don't know if it's going to take it. Like, it's very basic suspension. It's got stock shocks and springs on the back of it with some old CHE upper and lower control arms, and it's just 9010s on the front. Nothing, big block springs, I think, is what's on the front of it. So I have no idea what this thing is going to do, but I know it builds 10 pounds of boost. So we go up. I do the burnout for that. Back up, line up. He's done his burnout. He's lined up. I start building boost. It gets to 10 pounds. I let go of the button, and the car leaves. Like, it's not leaving real fast, but it didn't lose a tire. It left a lot harder, made a lot better pass. He missed a gear, so like it was kind of a give me race. I really wanted a good race on that one. I felt like it should have been really close at the other end. But he missed a gear, so that put me on to the second round of this run.
We're switching tires, so it seems.
Same impact used on your van, is it? Might want to hit those in a 4-way once.
Still need the light.
Still needs light.
Got 4-way in the truck.
Huh?
Got 4-way in the truck.
Got a breaker bar or a torque wrench there.
Gavin, grab that torque wrench out of the truck. Got socket stuff on it.
No, it's on the impact.
It's right here.
Got the impact.
Right there. Is it in the cab of the truck or the bed?
Yeah.
Cab!
Chant, torque wrenches. Back seat, left hand floor.
Back seat.
That should be a little over 100 pounds.
Is that what you set what it needs to be?
Huh?
Is that what you set what it needs to be?
Got 10 minutes. Screw that.
Okay, I'm good. I'm just setting this tire pressure and I'm ready.
Vinegar for some slicks or leave on 5 more pounds. Actually stretched it out a little bit. Got 10 minutes, got plenty of time. Need the draggy there.
Where's it at?
That should go
What engine? 4-way stroke.
fucking LS. John, it's the white car.
Yeah, it's a white car. Really should drive on this. Huh?
Nitrous or turbo?
Turbo. I'm a nitrous guy, so this turbo thing is I can't pump. And
Was it used running night?
Huh?
Was it used to get draggy on?
There
I ain't got no
was one
draggy,
in it.
I'm just trying to figure out what mine is.
There was one in it.
After we ran all that time.
What are you doing? It went at 7. All right, so I made it to the second round of the Run What You Brung deal. Anything goes. Once again, I wasn't up there for the chip draw. Gentleman comes back and introduces himself, tells me we're running each other. And I'm like, okay, sweet, what do you got? He's like, green Malibu. I just watched this one, I'm pretty sure win small tire. And so we cut up a little bit, and like, the car runs really good. It's a twin turbo LS, built LS on alcohol. It is a small tire car. It's a street car. It's full leather interior, power windows. It's just a driver. So I try to get to negotiate, and I'm trying to get a whole bunch, and he wasn't giving it. So we settled on one in the break. I get one car and the hit. I didn't feel like it was enough. I thought he was going to blow by me and just leave me sitting, but we were there having fun, right? So I go up, do the burnout, do a long burnout this time because now I'm leaving in front of the starting line. He does his burnout, he gets ready, I get ready. Guy pulls us in, drops his arms and walks away. Now it's time for me to leave when I want to leave. I let go of the button. Like, I'm pretty sure as soon as I saw I was at boost, I let go of the button. Got up to about 7,300 and went ahead and shifted. And, like, this guy's not around me. I don't know what happened. I don't know where he's at. And comes blowing by me. Like, he come blowing by me down at the far end. He come blowing by me, and he got me, I'm going to say 1.5 to 2, which I was impressed with that, honestly. Granted, I got one in the break in a street car, and he only beat me by, let's say, 2. I was happy with that. Right, Anthony, close your drivers. Good running up there.
Little Q&A for the weekend or week. Overall, first time back on a track, how'd it feel?
Not bad. It was fun. It was fun. I am going to say the last pass against the green Malibu, I had to get on the brakes hard because I turned it up. Like, the car was a good bit faster that pass than it was the passes before. And I think I held into it a little bit longer because I knew I was going faster. I didn't want to drag the bottom out off the car, the exhaust off the car. And I got on the brakes, and I wasn't slowing down fast enough, so I stood on the brakes, and the brake pedal like creaked or popped or whatever it was. Scared the shit out of me. Like, I thought
You had a flashback.
Yeah, if this breaks, I'm going to plow into him and both of us are going off the end of the track. Luckily, it didn't happen. So I am going to get power brakes on the car before it goes back to any track or anything. And I'm going to check to see if I can locate what that pop was. I'm thinking it may have just been the foot pad moving around, but I want to make sure that there's nothing cracked or broke. So yeah, it felt good to be on the track. That scared me. I was like, if there was a camera in the car, I was saying no, 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 no.
What did you do to help the situation?
I eased up and just started like lightly pumping the brake rather than just standing on it. And he got out. I followed him right out, so it all worked out good.
Okay, next question. So why are you driving Jess's car when it's Jess's car?
Because I don't feel that it is ready for her. I just got the power steering on it. It's got a power rack, and it didn't have power steering on it. And like, it was hard for me to turn the car, so I know it would be really hard for her. I did get the power steering on. I had to make the lines, power steering bracket, power steering pump, pulling. It's all new. I just put it on. This was actually the second time driving it with power steering. Was that at the track? It don't have the power brakes on it yet. I've got to get a brake booster to put on it, get the power brakes working. It stops really hard. And I mean, at this point, aside from it not having the transmission in it that's supposed to be in it for her to drive, it's got a power glide in it instead of the 4L80. If Jess wants to shift the gears, once the power brakes are on it, or once she feels comfortable enough to go cruise it around, she's more than welcome. But that's why I was driving it and not her.
Okay. Any other questions that you can think about that you've gotten that you want to address here, or
I don't remember stuff.
I know your memory's been really bad lately.
It's been real bad the last couple days.
Yeah.
Who are you again? And why are you in my camper?
So next weekend we're home. Allie has prom, so we're gonna work on the car this coming weekend. Weekend after that we have to go to Tennessee for volleyball, and we'll be working on the car also. So the next 2 weekends we will be working on the car.
Hopefully this week we make some headway on the wiring. It's looking promising. I've seen some, I guess, teasers of what Joey's been doing, and I'm liking it. So hopefully this week we can make some good progress with that. Like I said there earlier, I'm working on some of the body stuff. We'll see how far that goes if I don't mess it all up. But it's body work, so it can all be fixed, right? Perfect. See, cage is done. I'm going to paint the cage. I still got to paint the cage. I planned on doing that this weekend, but like time just slipped away. We was busy all weekend. I am going to get the cage finished painted, get the seat in it and the carpet in it, at least the one side together. That way, once the wiring's done on the other side, we can just flop it in there, get the bottles in it, and once all the wiring's done, it's going to be aligned and we're going to go do something with it. Alright, so the online store is open. It is ready for people to make orders. We do pre-orders on all merchandise, so at this point we do have the new shirt, I think, in the final stages of getting everything done. Can't wait for everybody to see that. We really like it. We hope you all like it. And yeah, merchandise. It helps us do what we do